bum 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 bum. La 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 la. Hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. I don't know why I'm like in a very singing mood today. Alright. What's up, my fellow trash can? Hello. Hi. Things are loading. Okay. Yes. Okay. Stopped watching our Thank Gay video for this. Hi. Oh, hi. Thanks for, Hi, Mom. Hello. What up? What up? What up? What up? Hi. Alright. So, I tweeted out something about this. It was like I don't know, I wanted to do like book recommendations kind of videos on my channel, but then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do a live stream where I kind of just suggest some really good fan fictions, maybe talk about fan fictions with you guys, because I love fan fictions. I think they're beautiful, and yeah, you guys probably read a lot of fan fiction too, because if you're fans of me, then you probably read fan fiction, and if you don't, that's cool. Hello, welcome to the live show. I'll stop. Okay, so I pulled up some fan fictions that are my absolute favorites, that some of them are Dan and Phil fan fictions, some of them are not, and they're just my absolute favorite because, like, I'm very picky with fan fictions. Like, they have to be perfect, in my opinion. Like, literally, I'm just, like, if it's not, like, if there's, like, bad grammar and stuff, it tends to freak me out because I'm just like that. But, like, all these books are really good, really great, and we'll go through them. Okay, so, all these books and stuff are on Wattpad that I'm going to recommend, and then one that's actually a physical book, that you can actually get online. That is a fan fiction about Dan and Phil. But anyway, so we're going to start with, which one should we start with? I guess we'll start with these two books there's the first one and there's the sequel to the first one, so it's kind of like they go hand in hand. But they're both Dan fan fictions, and they're really good. The first one is called The First Days of Spring, and it's basically, like, it's in the point of view of someone as if they're writing a letter to this person. For example, it'd be like, it's in the point of view of a girl, obviously, and she's saying things like, oh, I saw you today at the supermarket. That's what I mean. And it's basically, like, her and Dan were a couple, and they broke up, and it's kind of, like, weird and awkward, and that's basically what that is. And then the second book is called Work It Out, and it's, like, where they, obviously work it out, and they start to get back together, and it makes your heart pound, and, like, I don't know, I really like the way that this person writes. She's actually my favorite author on Wattpad. But I'll put, I'd put links, but, like, I don't know if I'll keep this up on my channel. I think I might. We'll see what happens. I might put the links down below. So, yeah, there's that. But it's by, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Clickquote. I hate myself. But it's, yeah, okay. Anyway, I'll probably end up linking all this stuff down below because, like, it's just too much. My friends scare me with my Wattpad history by reminding me of fan fictions I had in my library when I was in 6th grade. Eek. Oh my god, I used to read, like, literally all kinds of fan fiction, and I, like, loved it all, but, like, as I've grown older, I've started to, like, be very picky about it, so it's kind of like, but yeah, this one's by Clickit. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, those are the two. There's The First Days of Spring, and then Work It Out. And another one by the same author, which is also a Dan fan fiction, called Two Atoms, and it's absolutely beautiful. I will link it, for sure. But it's called Two Atoms. It's by the same person, Clickquote. It's spelled Cliquout, kind of like you're about to say click, but then it's like quote. You've read that? Yes, it's so good. It's so good, it's so good, it's so good. And it's basically in the point of view of a girl, and she meets Dan, and they kind of flirt and stuff, and it's really great. Pin-off 9. Yes, Pin-off 9. It's coming. I'm excited. I have an 11-year-old cousin who reads smut for fun, and I'm scared of her. You know, actually, some smut is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. There's, like, some really well-written, like, smut out there. The next fan fiction I'm gonna suggest is actually not a fan fiction, really. It's just a story on Wattpad that I found that's, like, incredible. And, let me get to it really fast. It's called My Wattpad Love, and it's literally about a girl that meets somebody on Wattpad, and then they, like, kind of fall in love, and there's lots of drama and stuff, and there's a sequel to it, and it's really, really good. I really do suggest it. It's by The Cold Lady, or just Cold Lady. My friend's 9-year-old cousin reads gay furry smut. She's 9. Dear God. But yeah, that one's really, really good. This next one is actually a Callum Hood fanfiction, and it's kind of interesting because I'm not a huge fan of 5 Seconds of Summer, but, like, I saw this, and it, like, really got my attention, and I, like, kept reading it, and I was, like, obsessed, but it's called Afraid. I don't know if you've read it. It's basically, like, this girl goes to Australia, and she meets this boy, and everyone's afraid of him, and she doesn't know why, and there's, like, this whole thing that happens. They fall in love. It's amazing. It's called Afraid, and it's by Sugar Plum Luke. It's really good. Really, really, really good. Okay. This next one is really good. It actually was deleted off of Wattpad, but then somebody put it back on but gave all the creds to the original owner, and I don't know why it was deleted. It was never really finished, which is really sad, so I might want to, like, give you a disclaimer that there's no really ending to it, so you're kind of left, like, with, like, a what? No, you keep going with this. But it's called Evergreen, and it's a Harry Styles fanfiction, and it's beautiful, and it's about a girl who's the daughter of a mayor. Lots of stuff happens, like, her mom died, and, like, she's living, like, you know, with her little sister, stepmom, yada yada. Meets Harry. Harry's her little sister's tutor. They go off into the woods and study and stuff, and they fall in love, and lots of stuff happens. It's really good. Highly recommend it. I read depressing Tyler Joseph fanfictions, for example, The Forest Fic. I read a lot. I feel like there's not very many good fan fictions for 21 Pilots out there, which makes me really sad. I'm actually in the middle of writing a 21 Pilot fan fiction, and I'm hoping that I actually keep it. What's your account name on Wattpad? I actually link my Wattpad account name on all of my other videos on YouTube, so it's Safi_B, so it's, like, not difficult, but yeah, if you wanna, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, there is an LOL. It makes me so sad. But yeah, I'm writing my own fan fiction for Tyler Joseph, and there's a vacuum cleaner going downstairs. I'm very sorry for that. The milk fic always comes to mind when I think of fics I'm scared. Okay. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I wrote a very, very terrible fan fiction once upon a time. It was a Dan and Phil fan fiction, and it was called The Mason Jar Fic. I'm not going to tell you what happened in it, because I deleted it off Wattpad after I put it up, because it was so bad, and I kid you not, it was worse than the Hat Fic. If you've ever read the Hat Fic, or if you've heard of it, you know it's terrible. And this one that I wrote was 10 times worse, I assure you. I actually had my friend read it, and she literally was crying. It was so bad. Yeah, and actually I got the inspiration for it from a Cards Against Humanity card that I read. And that's what happened. Anyway, so, this next one is actually my physical, copy of a fanfiction that, if there's a fanfiction that starts with the, and ends with fic, it's probably terrifying. Yep. It was very terrifying. Anyway, so this picture is actually in my thumbnail for this video, or this book was in the thumbnail for this video, but you can actually get this online, and my parents got it for me somehow. I don't know how they knew, or, like, why they found it, but I guarantee you it's beautiful. Like, it's not like it's not like these other books where it's written, like, super beautiful. It's just the storyline is so great, and it makes you, like, it hits the feels, you know? But it's called Lester Bloom, and it's basically about a band called Lester Bloom, I think. I'm pretty sure. I haven't read this in a while. And Phil is the lead singer of the band. It's like an emo band, and Dan, like, loves Phil, and, like, he's very lost, and, like, all he has is Phil, pretty much. So basically reality. And anyway, they end up meeting and falling in love, and it's super cute, and I highly recommend it. It's great. I've read this book like 20 times, I'm not even kidding you. I mean, it doesn't take much to read it. I mean, it has a pretty big writing, and yeah. Have you ever read the cherry fic? No. I try my best to stay away from those kind of books, like the blank fic, like those kind, like earlier. I try to stay away from those as much as I can, because, yeah. What other good books do I have? Okay, I'm reading this one book that I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, because it's very interesting, and it's like, don't read it? Okay, I won't. It's very interesting. It's by Finnegan on Wattpad, and it's called Dear Joshua. It's a Tyler and Josh fan fiction, but it's kind of like, it's different, because each chapter is very short, and it's like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's just like short, like almost letters to each other, or maybe, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's pretty good, though. There's not much to it yet, because he's kind of, like, in the middle of writing it, and there's not a lot of context, so I wouldn't, like, highly recommend it, but it's still really good. I'm actually going to go into my other account really quickly, so I can see if there's any other books that... I probably should have prepared for this more. Any other books that I want to recommend to you guys, because I love books. Books are my favorite thing ever. I have another account on Wattpad that I share with my internet friend, and we don't really use it anymore, which is kind of sad, but... Can you tell us what the Mason fic is about? I can't. It's like, it's so bad. Oh my god, it's so bad. Like, I literally cannot tell you. It's so bad. Oh my god. I forgot that I put this in my library on Wattpad. Oh my god. Okay, so I have this book in my Wattpad account. I actually made a video with my friend where we read fan fictions, and I read one about Trump. The reason I have it in here is because it's the single funniest thing I've ever read in my entire life. It's so funny, and if you want to read it, it's called Trump Temptations, and it's by Elijah Daniel is Trash. So, yeah, there's that. Let's not talk about that, though. Oh, I also have, Robert IDK's fan fictions in here. If you don't know who that is, he's a YouTuber, and he wrote fan fictions in a video. Oh, yeah! There's that one. Okay, I'm reading that. So there's Snapshots by, the same author, Click It, the girl I was talking about earlier. There's literally snapshots of, like, Dan and Phil stuff, of love and heartbreak, yada yada. It's really good. There's, like, short stories. Shrek applied, that, yeah. Literally, that, yeah, that's funny. Anyway, so, really good, recommend it. Super sweet, it's beautifully written, and it's great. Another one I want to recommend is called Troubled, and it's a Harry Styles fan fiction, and it's basically kind of, I think this is what it, yeah, it's basically like, where's the next fan proof? Once Pin-Off 9 comes out, I'll make another video, I promise. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for it. Anyway, so Troubled, it's by X17 Black, and it's basically about a punk Harry Styles and a punk Louis Tomlinson and another girl that's just a random character going to someone's house as, like, it's like a program to try and get them to not be bad, I guess. And the daughter of the husband who's doing the program or whatever it is. Anyway, they end up falling in love, and it's really sweet and cute because it's like bad Harry turning into like good Harry, and it's like, yeah, you know, it's really good. I'm also gonna recommend some of my books because so we have this first one is a YouTuber appreciation book, and it's by me, and it's on my account. It's called AW and SB. Pin-Off is coming out today, I think. If it does, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna make I don't want to tell you what my video is gonna be, but I'm gonna be reacting to it, so look out for that. Self-promo, I know, I'm sorry, self-promo, but it's from my account called AW and SB, and it's YouTuber appreciation book, and it's basically me appreciating all the YouTubers because I feel like they don't get enough appreciation, and you know, they basically are my life, and I'm gonna cry. But yeah. I also did a Dan Howell one-shots book on this account, AW and SB, if you want to check it out. It's pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good. I'm going to go back to my original account, Safi B, and recommend you guys some of the books I'm writing on there because self-promo! The thing is, I left my video camera at school, so I don't have it to record myself, so I'd have to use my phone, and then, like, it's going to be bad quality if it comes out today, so, like, it literally could be uploaded any minute. If it does, you guys can all leave my... just leave the live stream and we'll all go watch it. What other YouTubers do you watch besides Dan and Phil? Glad you asked. I watch Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. I watch David Dobrik, his vlogs and his second channel. Liza Koshy, her vlogs and her second channel. I watch Zane, Heath Hussar, Scotty Sire.
Are we meditating?
Yes, obviously.
What are we doing today?
I might go to the gym later.
No shopping?
It's Black Friday. Why would I go shopping?
I don't know. Maybe your friend will go shopping or something.
I'll see.
What are we talking?
I'm live streaming.
Thank you for doing the dishwasher. I appreciate it.
Did you just wake up? Oh no, you were at the gym. I forgot.
At the gym, I've been cleaning. I just took a shower.
How you feeling?
Not at 100%, but I'm tired. I'm taking a nap.
Just got here. Sorry if you already said this, but there's a writer called Fanlight on Tumblr, and their fanfiction is great. Fanlight on Tumblr. Read it. I haven't actually mentioned that. Tumblr kid. I wanted to go to sleep, but if Pinoff is coming out today, I don't care if we'll be at midnight. Yeah. I mean, I spelled there wrong. Plays Jeopardy theme. What is life? Alright, anyway. So, sorry, my stepmom just came in. So, the first one I want to recommend is... I don't know. Actually, I don't really like any of the stories I've written. You know what? I'll tell you guys the stories that I've written and explain to you how terrible they all are, because I wrote most of my books on Wattpad, like, a really long time ago. So, like, they're all really bad, like, very terribly written. But my most read one is one called Teo Holm is My What? And if you don't know who Teo Holm is, he was in that movie Echo. I forget the rest. I think it's Echo. And I thought he was really cute, so I wrote a fan fiction, and it has 8.3K reads on it for some really odd reason. Net neutrality helps. Sorry, I just burped. That was really unattractive. I'm sorry. And then my second most read one, I think, is a fan fiction I wrote about Brent Rivera called Frick, He Stole My Heart. Oh my god, that's so awkward. I don't know if you guys know who Brent Rivera was, but he's a Viner. He's now a YouTuber and stuff, but yeah. Do you think the modern day people ruin the word daddy? Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. My next most read one is Cody Herbinko fanfiction. If you don't know who he is, it's fine. I don't even know how to describe him because he's kind of like not on the internet anymore. But it's called Relax. I wrote a Keen Lolly fanfiction called The Babysitter that has 3.6K reads, and it's very depressing. I wrote one about Jack Galinsky called Redimancy, and it's also very depressing, as 1.6K reads. I wrote one about Nash Greer called Changed Me. Dear God. I wrote... the idea for this book was really good. I just didn't execute it as well as I wanted to. But it was called Angel in the Eyes of Megan, and I don't know if you... Whoa, I just got a big message. I'll read that in a second. I don't know if you guys know what happened to Megan, but when MagCon was around, there was this girl, Megan, and apparently what happened was that her... This is what from what I've heard, but apparently her dad went crazy and shot her mom, her and her brother before burning down the house and shooting himself. That's literally what happened, and she was, like, a huge Madcon fan. And so, like, this whole thing went around, and I was like, I have this cool idea for fan fiction to kind of do something kind of like, I forget what the movie was called, but it was that movie with that girl who died, but she was seeing everything in her life. You know what I'm talking about? It was really, like, chick flicky movie. But I had that kind of idea where it was, like, Megan was coming back and seeing all the Madcon boys, and she kind of had a thing with Taylor Kniff, and, like, there's this whole thing where she came back. She was in a coma. It was, like, it was really cool. Like, that whole idea was really cool, and I made a sequel called Mortal in the Eyes of Megan, and it was really cool. I is here. Hello. Okay, I'll read that message now. I have fanfic that I wrote about some YouTubers I used to watch around 5th and 6th grade, and it was like 33,000 reads. I'm currently in 9th grade, and it is so funny. Deleted. Literally, my internet friend had like the same thing. Like, she wrote like a Madcon fanfiction and got like that many reads on it, and it was so bad, but it was so funny. Like I had no idea that this happened until I came across it, and I was like, why didn't you tell me you had this many reads on a book? Oh my gosh. And like, it was so funny. Anyway. Oh, here's a good book. Okay, I actually wrote this book and I finished it, but I feel like it went way too quickly, in my opinion. That's my problem with writing books. I write way too quickly. But it's called Insta Famous, and it's not a Connor Franta fan fiction, but Connor Franta is the like the character of the story. Like, he's the face of the person who's telling the story. And it's basically like this guy who's Instagram famous, and like he has a completely different personality on Instagram than he does in real life, and nobody knows it's him. Like, he goes to school and everybody talks about this guy on Instagram, but nobody knows it's him. And he's like a complete nobody, and he falls in love with a girl. Lots of drama. It was okay. I would say it's okay. I still would recommend it because it's like, you know, it's my story. Hi, hello. Can you please follow my Wattpad? Sure, what is it? I'll follow you right now. Tell me. If you guys want me to follow you on Wattpad, tell me now. I will do it. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Actually, I feel like I kind of want to recommend you guys some other books that aren't, like, fan fictions, because there's some out there that are really good. Oh, dear God, no. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm still going to talk to you guys, because I'm still here. I promise. Let's see. I have too many books to recommend. There's too many. Okay. Hold on. There's so many books. There's so many books. I own way too many books. Okay. Name Fan Trash number 1. Number 1. The first one didn't show up, so I'll do the cutie pie one. Cutie pie score. There you are. Boom. Followed you. Someone else wanted me to. Can you follow me too? I write and check, but I would feel honored. Of course, of course. There's a lot of people here. It's okay. I understand. Okay, just be crazy. I don't see it on. Oh, never mind. Oh, wait. Is it just me crazy or just be crazy? Because there's one that says just me crazy. If that's not it, then I don't know. So, I don't have a Wattpad and I feel left out. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I've actually, you guys want to know the very first fan fiction I ever read on Wattpad? It's awful. It was a Austin Mahone fan fiction, and Bad Boys Don't Smile. Dan and Phil. Always Dan and Phil. The very first fan fiction I ever read on Wattpad was Austin Mahone, and it was so sexual. Dear God. And, like, I didn't know what Wattpad was, and I was like, wait, I can do Wattpad. And so, like, I joined it, and, like, now it's, like, my life. So, like, same. This is you. Okay. Okay, I followed you. Alright, so, I have some books, I've tried to narrow it down to just a couple, clearly, books to recommend, because I have so many that I love. The first one I'm going to recommend to you guys, I actually found it, and now I can't stop Are you going to go to the Interactive Introverts? I'm hoping I do. I'm not going to get VIP or anything like I did last time, but, I'm hoping I get to go, because that'd be cool to watch. Anyway, so the first book I want to recommend to you guys, if you haven't read it already, which I don't know why you wouldn't have, The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's everything. Funny story, the very first time I actually read this book, I didn't even know who these guys were, and then I read it, because my parents got it for me, and I was like... Also, if you guys want to see Dan's handwriting, he signed my book at the tour. I asked him if he can't read that. It says, "Who is your favorite person besides me, Avi?" And on here, he answered Jesus, and then signed his name. Yes, that is Dan's handwriting right there. Isn't it beautiful? And then I felt like such an ass, because I forgot to ask Phil a question, because I was expecting them both to sign on this side of the book, but I forgot that Phil signs on his side, so he signed it, but it was just, there was no question. I felt so bad. Yeah, I actually, for a while after I got this signed, I took it with me literally everywhere, because I was like, they touched my book. Like, Dan's hands were on my book. Phil's hands were on my book. Like, it was incredible. So yeah, that's my first recommendation. The next one I'm going to recommend is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Really good. Kind of pisses you off a little bit, but it's also really good, so I recommend that. First book on that I read on Wattpad was a book from my friend, because she told me to, lol. I got my brother's Dapco book signed by Phil's brother at VidCon. I cried. Oh yeah, I'll show that to you guys afterwards. Anyway, so the next one I'm suggesting is called Fangirl, because me. It's by Rainbow Rowell again, and she's a beautiful author. I love the way she writes. It's kind of a big book, but it's worth it, trust me. It's basically about a girl that writes fan fictions. This is my family. Anyway, Fangirl. You want that book for Christmas? Oh my god, what's going on? I don't know, something happened to my little brother. He's crying now, and my stepmom was yelling at him. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. Anyway, Fangirl. He's fine, don't worry. And the fan fiction that she actually is writing inside the book, you get like little snippets of it, but the author actually made her fan fiction into an actual book. So I also recommend this, and it's called Carry On, and it's basically like, there's lots of gay romance in here, and it's beautiful. So yes, I highly recommend it. It's called Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I don't know whether to get tabbed off, because people say most of the stuff in it they already knew and stuff. I think you should get the book, because there's a lot of, like, interesting things, and it makes you feel more connected to them in a way, because it's, like, you know, it's words coming straight from them, and there's, like, beautiful things in it. Gay ships are gay ships. Yes, they are. Okay, next one. You guys probably don't really know who this is, but Ollie White, he's a YouTuber. He wrote this book called Generation Next, and it's actually amazing, and it's about a group of kids that create a website, and a lot of stuff happens. They get really famous off of it. It's really good. I highly recommend it. So it's called Generation Next by Ollie White. The first fiction I read was called Ladder by... I know Ladder is. I started reading it, but then I was like, I don't know. I don't really, like, I don't know. The way it was written was just kind of, like, throwing me off, and I wasn't getting into it. So, next book. We have this is actually a poem book. I don't know if you guys are into poetry, but it's called Dirty Pretty Things, and it's a little, like, fanfiction-y-esque, where it's, like, kind of, like, scandalous in certain areas, but it's really good and really pretty, and I highly recommend it. So, Dirty Pretty Things by Michael Faudet, if you guys are into poetry. Second to last book I have here is called Everything, Everything. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie. I actually haven't seen the movie, but I read the book. It was beautiful. Like, I love it because it's, like, you know, cheesy romance. But it's basically about a girl that's allergic to the world, and new neighbors move in next door, and she, like, falls in love with the boy. And, you know, they try to talk and see each other even though she's, like, allergic to the world, and they end up doing stuff. So, yeah, that was great. Highly recommend it. Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. How old are you? I'm 17. Oh, I also met Crank That Frank at VidCon. I don't know if you watch him, but it was amazing. Yeah, I don't watch him, but my friend Reagan was with me, and she, like, loves him, and she met him and saw, like, got pictures and stuff. It was pretty cool. Okay, so now, this is the last book. This book is very, very special to me. It's my favorite book of all time. It was actually a movie. Favorite movie of all time. It's something different. I don't know really how to describe it, and it's not like it's a super uncommon book, because actually a lot of people have actually read it, and I didn't even realize that, but no, it's not Wonder. It's good. I recommend it. Anyway, so this book, I don't know, it kind of helped me through a good portion of my life, and it kind of made me see things that I didn't think I actually could see, if that makes sense at all, but it made me the person I am today. But Perks of Being a Wallflower. It seems like it's a cheesy book, but it's actually not at all. It's really dark and depressing, to be honest, but it's also super inspiring and just beautiful, and it makes you want to be friends with everybody. I have the movie, okay, listen, I have the movie, Blu-ray, the book, the soundtrack on CD and on vinyl. I swear this is my favorite thing of all time, so I recommend this so much. And honestly, me even recommending it to you guys is a big deal, because I feel like this book is very personal to me, and it's like I don't want to share it with everybody. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's a book. It's out there. Everyone can see it or read it if they want to. It's not like it's my book, but it feels like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I really, really recommend this. If you really like, kind of, like, unique romances and, like, quirky people, then this is, like, a really good book for you. It's kind of mature, so just be careful, and there's lots of feels in here. It's gonna make you cry. I guarantee it's gonna make you cry, because it made me cry. But yeah, yeah, I recommend that immensely. I have a diary, and I decided that if the rest of my life completely fails, I'm just gonna publish it as a life fangirl type thing. I cried when he cried, yes. I don't know if you guys saw my YouTube video, but I made a YouTube video where I read my old diaries, and it was so bad. It was so bad. Anyway, so I wanted to show you guys something really quickly. I'm gonna put these books back so they're not, like, all over my bed. Trust me, these aren't even half the books I own. I own too many books. Okay, I'm back. I'm here. Like the Diary of Anne Frank. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so when I went to VidCon this year, I actually went to Urban Outfitters and got, like, a little journal, and I called it my Book of Awesome, and it's basically where at VidCon I was going to have, like, everyone I met, I wanted them to sign it. And so I want to show you guys some of the people I had sign my Book of Awesome, because it's pretty cool. So the very first people I had signed my Book of Awesome was Martin and Cornelia. Did you go all days at VidCon? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. For sure. I went as late as I could. I tried writing a diary when I was little and I was super basic, popular girl-esque, and I was silly. I met the It's Wednesday, my dudes guy. His name is actually Jimmy, and he signed my Book of Awesome. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys know who Jordan Doe and Zecca is, or Jordan Doe for short. He's a YouTuber, kind of small, but I love him dearly, and I ran into him, and I was like, hey, can you sign my Book of Awesome? So he signed it. I own too many books. Same. I even have a Christmas tree made from books. That's awesome. I don't know if you guys know who Crank Gameplays is, Ethan. If you watch Markiplier, you probably know who Ethan is. So, like, we ran into him, and I like, was like, hey, can you sign my book? But as I was handing it to him, it fell, and I was like, oh my gosh, and, like, there was a huge crowd of people, and they started walking away from me, and I was like, no, Ethan, and I grabbed the book, and he stopped somewhere to, like, take pictures with people, so I had him sign my book, and it was kind of like, but it was pretty cool. Anyway, I don't know if you guys know who the Juarez twins are. I don't really even know who they are. I just ran into them, and I was like, hey, sign my Book of Awesome, so they did. And then, I don't know, okay, do any of you watch Shane Dawson? I'm gonna wait a second because I need to know the answer to this first. I forgot to mention I watched Shane Dawson too. Yes? Okay. So, you know, he did a video where he had, it was like he went online and made, like, spent money on people to do stuff for him. You know what I mean? It was that website that, you know what I'm talking about, where he had, like, Jesus come up and, like, say stuff and things like that. Well, basically, I ran into that Jesus guy at VidCon, and I didn't even realize that that's who he was until, you know, Shane made that video. And I had him sign my book, and he said, praise be, heart JC, and I died laughing. It was so funny, and I have the pictures of it on my phone of, like, meeting him. It was so funny. But that's basically all the people I got signed. Yeah, he was there, ironically. I just thought it was some dude dressed as Jesus, and I was thinking it was funny. And then Shane Dawson's video came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I met Jesus. It was funny. Yeah. This is hilarious. It was so funny. So it's like, hey, I met Jesus, you know? And the funniest thing was, you want to know where I met him at? He was at the Dan and Phil meetup at VidCon. That's where I met him. Because they have these things where they have meetups for certain fan groups, and they have, like, all the people, like, from that fandom come together and, like, hang out and talk, and, like, he was there, and that's how I met him. Oh, God, it was so funny. I officially want to go to church, right? Even Jesus is for fan, you know? Oh, that's so great. I actually forgot about that until now. I forgot how funny that was. Oh, okay. Something else I wanted to share with you guys. So if you haven't noticed, I have a really blank, bland wall behind my bed. Now that I, like, redid my, like, room, kind of, I have this really, like, blank space on my wall. And so I decided that I wanted to take all the fan art you guys have made for me, and I want to put it up on my wall here. I want to be one of those typical small YouTubers that have, like, this fan art up on their wall from their fans, because I think it'd be really cool to do that. And so if you guys want to make me fan art and get it put up on my wall, do it, because it'd be great. And I thought all fandom members went to hell. My walls are covered in band posters. I'm such a trash bag. Don't worry, I have, like, band posters on my walls, but they're, like, all over there. So I have, like, the Smiths, Kurt Cobain, I have a Sherlock poster, and then I have a Digitour poster over there, a Key and Lolly movie poster, and then Dan and Phil tour poster. Oh, and then I have some, like, trying to point correctly. I have a poster for, Resident Evil, the movie, for some really odd reason. I have no idea why. Oh, and then I have my Tyler Oakley signed poster up there, because that's my life. I was gonna have a bunch of other YouTubers sign it, but then that felt wrong, because this is Tyler's merch, you know? Like, I feel like it's only right if I just had Tyler's have it signed. Like, have just Tyler's signature. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh yeah, and then on my, I have a bulletin board over there with like a bunch of stuff on it, and I have my Tatanoff plate that I got, that Dan and Phil threw plates into the crowd and I caught one. And, yeah, that's up there. And then I have my actual ticket from Tatanoff up there too. Man, so many memories in my room. It's gonna make me so sad when I leave for college. Same. Yeah. Oh, anyway, so I'm writing this fan fiction called Dear Friend, and it's a Tyler Joseph fan fiction, and it's basically a collection of like journals from, or journal entries from Tyler about a girl. That's what it's gonna be like based on. Just because I don't know, I wanted to do something cool. I got inspiration for it when I was coming back from Mammoth, so I have my Hamilton playbill on my bulletin board. Nice fan up there. Fan is just a whole world. Yeah. What if I just like put Dan and Phil's like pictures just on my fan? Funny story actually about my fan. My parents were like, because this is when Galaxy was a cool thing, and my parents found this fan and they're like, oh, it's Galaxy, she'll love it, super trendy. But little did they know it's actually like a fan for a little boy's room. It has like little rocket ships on it and like the earth in the middle. And I'm like, thanks guys. It was the thought that counts. When I go to VidCon, I'm going to bring a gay flag and get all my YouTubers to sign it. I love the idea of that. So many people did that at VidCon, and it's just like such a good idea because it's kind of like a unity thing, and I really love it. And I love when people do it at concerts too. Oh, I don't know if you guys knew this, but VidCon is having a 10% off ticket sale. Today's the last day, I think. So if you guys want to go to VidCon, you get 10% off today. I have nothing on my walls as important. So scared to show my genuine interests. I saw so many people doing that. It was amazing. Yeah, right? Oop, my phone is dying. I need my charger. Ooh. Charger. I was going to say something before. What I was going to say. Well, I got my babies right here. I've been watching too many Zane and Heath videos, and now I'm like starting to talk like them. I got my babies right here. I took them to Mammoth with me and we cuddled. When you're just so single that you cuddle with a pillow of two YouTubers that don't even know you exist. I wish I was able to bring a pride flag because places but my parents and family don't know I'm bi. Rip. I feel like my family would judge me if I had posters of the things I like on my walls. Well, if they do, you know, too bad. It's your room. It's your room. Oh, sure. Yeah. When I came out to my parents actually on National Coming Out Day, and it was weird because my parents are like, I never even know if they're like with or against me. Like, it's just so weird because it's like yeah, we totally support you, but then at times it doesn't seem like they do. You know what I mean? But like, it went fine. It was fine. And now they always make jokes about it. Like, we have a family friend named Randy, and he's always saying things like, he's always like, oh, you like both sides now, huh? Or, like, things like that, and he's just like, oh, you like Coke and soda, or the Coke and Sprite, huh? Like, things like that he'll make fun of me for. It is really funny. I am bi. Been bi for a year now. I mean, technically I've been bi all along, if we're being honest, but coming out wise, I've been bi for a year. Taylor, are you busy today? I was actually going to text you. I want to hang out. Yay, me too. High fives. I think you're not busy. Can we hang out? I feel like this happens every time. Like, you watch my live streams and I'm like, oh, Taylor, let's hang out. And then we like go somewhere. I've been bi since March. Haha. Oh, nice. My birthday's in March. I want to be 18, guys. That's so scary. I'm not ready to be an adult. I don't like doing adult things. I'm not ready for the adulting. Yeah, I just gotta clean. Alright, cool. I was gonna go to the gym today, but like, Taylor, I've been out gay for 3 weeks. Yeah, that's true. I mean, technically you've been gay since like ever, but like coming out wise, you've been gay for like a couple weeks. You're gonna be 14. Eek. Oh my god. I forgot there's so many like little babies watching my videos. You guys are like so much more mature than I was when I was your age. Oh god. What if I did a video reacting to like all my old photos from like middle school and elementary school? Those were terrifying. I looked anorexic. It was bad. And I'm not trying to sound like, I don't want that to offend anybody, but legit, I looked anorexic. Yeah, hi, I'm 12. Hello, you should. I'm gonna be 13 soon. Gosh, you guys are so young. I started watching YouTube at a really young age, too, so it's not bad. I was anorexic. Taylor. Okay, let me tell you, like, who Taylor is, because I feel like you guys don't, they're like, who is this Taylor person that keeps coming up? He was actually my friend in middle school. We, like, became, like, best friends, like, 8th grade year, and, we were so mean to our middle school, or math, because we had the same math teacher, and we were so mean to her. Like, she wasn't fat at all, but we made fat jokes constantly, because we were middle schoolers. What do you expect? And so, like, we kind of bonded over that, and, like, after middle school, like, my 3-year-old little brother just opened the door so slow, came in wearing a Christmas sweater, a diaper, and flip-flops. And he took one look at me and then closed the door. Anyway, yeah, we call her name was Miss Durbin, but we called her Disturbin. Anyway, so then after high school hit, we kind of like stopped talking for a while, and then now we talk again. And it was actually through my live stream that we were like, hey, you know what? Let's hang out. So, you know, cheers to that. Your brother's goals. I wish I was this child. Oh my god. It's sometimes, okay, so I have a little baby brother who's 1 year old, right? And like, sometimes the door will open and there'll be nobody there, and then all of a sudden my stepmom will like poke his head out, so it's just his head like outside the door, and it cracks me up when she does that. Was it hard for you to come out to your parents? Yes and no. I mean, I did it pretty easily, but it was kind of like, it was nerve-wracking. It was very scary. And the funny thing is, my stepmom was actually saying to me, like, she's like, are you gay? Like, throughout the whole day, she kept asking me, like, are you gay? And I was like, no. And, like, I came out to my dad, and she goes, really? And I was like, I'm not gay. There's a difference. So I didn't lie to you. Pin off today. I know, I'm so excited. I want to react to it. I don't want to watch it. I just want to react. I might. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm really scared. I was on drugs when I did. Yeah, that's true. Taylor came out to his parents when he was, like, on drugs in the hospital, so, like, there's that. Do you know when it's coming? I have no idea, and I'm actually kind of terrified, because, like, I'm so, like, anxious. Like, what if they actually answer one of my questions, like, in their video? That's, like, making history right there. Like, that's me being a part of history. Dan and Phil history. I get scared sometimes because I don't know if my parents support equality or not. It stresses me out. It makes me anxious. Yeah, the thing about parents is that they're your parents. They're not like this. What? They're not like dictatorships. You know, it's not like. And like, yeah, it's scary, but in the end, like, they're your parents. They're gonna have to deal with it anyway. You know what I mean? It's who you are, and it's like, if they don't accept that, then that means they don't accept you as like their kid, and they always have to accept you for like. Because you're their kid, you know what I mean? So, like, just because you are something different doesn't mean you're really different at all. You know what I mean? Same. Also, I'm getting my wisdom teeth out in a couple of weeks, so while I'm on drugs, they could possibly come out to them. Who knows? Honestly, that's the best way to come out. I say tell them they might think that it's your environment, but as long as you feel safe, then do it. Yeah. My parents say they do, but I'm like, I don't know about this. Literally, okay. When it came to YouTube, like, my dad seems to be, like, okay with it, but then at the same time, like, I don't think my parents, like, support it at all. And so it's, like, hard because I want to make videos all the time, but then my parents think it's, like, something stupid and I'm wasting time. But, like, I'm trying to do something with it. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I make money off of YouTube. It's not like I'm just doing this out of my free... Well, I mean, also, I would do this even if I wasn't making money, but, I do it because, you know, I love it, and I actually started doing this before I even knew I could make money on YouTube, and so then I started making money on YouTube, and it kind of just gives it a better, a bigger purpose, I guess, you know what I mean? Because, like, it's like I'm doing something, and then I'm getting something back from it. Not just money, but, like, also your guys' like, support and stuff, and it means a lot, like, more than you think. And, I think my dad doesn't understand that I'm actually making real money here, so it's not like I'm not doing anything, because I am doing something. And, like, you know, they're always making gay jokes, and sometimes I can't tell if they're trying to be funny or actually making fun of us. I could get more freaked out. Yeah, my parents do the same thing, trust me. It's just, their way of coping with things, you know? It's kind of like maybe they suspect, but they're just trying to make the best of it, because parents are weird, you know? Because if you think about it, our parents grew up in a generation where it was kind of not, it wasn't as accepted as it is now to be gay or anything of that area. So it's like, it's hard for them to understand, and you got to respect that as well, because they grew up in an era where it was not considered okay. Especially my dad. My dad was born in the 60s, and so it's kind of like, I get that. I get why he's like that, because that's just how he was brought up and, like, the life that he lived growing up. So, like, you gotta kind of respect where your parents are coming from. I've come out to all of my friends, and it makes me feel comfortable to be around them, and I like this girl at school, so it's hard to talk about my feelings in front of family. Yeah, I understand that completely. When I went to New York, actually, a while back, my cousin had a friend named Tula, and she was so pretty. And, like, I couldn't, like, really do anything about it, obviously, because she lives in New York. I live here, so there was no point. And I didn't even know if that was her sexuality, if she was, like, into girls or anything. So it was kind of like, well, you know. And, like, the thing with me is I consider myself bisexual. Like, I like girls and guys. That's it. But how I visually view it is that I'm more into guys than I am girls. So it's kind of like there's the line in between. And I'm standing on the guy's side with my foot in the girl's side. You know what I mean? So I'm very picky with the girls that I like. And I don't try to be. It's not like I'm trying to be picky. It's just who I am and how I am. But, like, that's just, like, how I view myself. But no more or less, like, all in all, I am bisexual. That's what it means. If you even like one girl and you also like guys, you're bisexual. There's just no way around it, in my opinion. Me too. I'm more into girls than guys. That's great. That's good. See, then you're on, like, the opposite spectrum. I'm also more into guys. Actually, I made a sexuality video a while back on my channel, but my parents made me delete it because they're, like, super, like, weird about me talking. But I'm, like, so open about it. Like, I swear I'm so open about it. And I don't really care what people think of me, and I don't think my parents understand that. It's like they care more about what people think of me than I care what people think of me. I mean, I care about what people think of me to an extent, but then it's kind of like, I don't care, because it's better not to care than to care, because it's so much less stressful. My friend is a girl, and one day she texted me, and she was like, I want you to call me Miles, but now I don't know what to do, because she doesn't seem to take it seriously, so is she joking? I mean, honestly, if that's her thing, if she wants, like, even if she is joking, just go with what she says, because honestly, you never know what someone's going through, because a lot of people use jokes and humor as a way to cope with how they're dealing with, like, their everyday lives in a way. Trust me, I know. But yeah, so, like, even if she might be joking, I would still just go with it. You know, you never know. You never know. I see myself as more confused with gender and sexuality than a person with amnesia at Thanksgiving. It's okay. It really is a confusing thing, in my opinion. It's very confusing, but, you know, I used to be her being a girl, but should I be calling her a boy now? Literally just ask her, like, say, like, hey, what should I start calling you? Because I don't want to offend you if you want to be called something different. You should ask her that. Because it's always good to be out and open with somebody and communicate with them. Communication is key. That's how I cope with my depression. Literally, so many people, that's how they cope with their depression. Like Dan Howell, for example. Literally, that's how he deals with it. Me too, but I'm honestly scared of my parents more than anything. I don't think they know what I'm going through, like, mentally, so it's hard for me to open up to them about my emotions. Honestly, like, I know you're scared. I was terrified too. The thing is, you just gotta rip that Band-Aid off. You just gotta tell them, because if you don't, it's just gonna get built up inside of you, and it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. And trust me, after you say something, you're gonna feel the weight lift off your shoulders. You really are, and it's, like, the most amazing feeling. Even if they, like, are weird about it at first, they'll end up not caring, because, like, in the end, it's like, you're my kid. What am I gonna do? I can't punish you for this. Like, there's nothing to punish for. It's just whatever. And if you're gonna tell them, you gotta say, like, hey, this is who I am. I don't care whether or not you support me. This is who I am, and this is who I'm always gonna be. I'm still the same person no matter what. Just letting you know. I just wanted you to know. Because really, it's not important at all. Sexuality is not important. It doesn't matter. Unless, like, you're gonna want to date somebody, then that's when it really matters. But in technicality, it doesn't matter who you fancy. Or like, I think I want to dye my hair peach. Do it, Taylor, do it. I'm 4 months clean of cutting. Good job. 2 weeks ago. You know what? That's good. Well, then it's 2 weeks clean. Yeah, I'm a couple weeks clean as well. I'm a couple days clean of cutting. I think I can remember. High five. Jesus. Exclamation. It did exclamation. Lots of messages. We could do this together. Yeah. Because I'm open with you guys, and I'm very open with, like, sharing my stuff with you guys, because I feel like you guys can relate, and it'll make you feel a little bit better, but, in middle school, I'm gonna say this kind of quietly, because I don't want my parents to hear it, but in middle school, I used to cut myself, because, just there's a lot of things going wrong in my life at the time, and I, like, quickly realized that it wasn't, like, it didn't do anything, like, it just brought more pain, you know what I mean? So, like, my best advice is to not harm yourself, because it's not your fault. So you shouldn't be harming yourself. Some alternative ways to, like, dealing with things instead of cutting is, like, writing in a journal. I mean, it may sound like, trust me, when I started writing in a journal, I was like, this sounds stupid. Like, I don't like this, but I kept doing it every single day and kept keeping up with it, and it started making me feel so much better. Surround yourself, so that's number one. Then surround yourself with good people, nice people that make you, like, that distract you from doing it. I feel bad because I'm not good at taking things seriously, so I make jokes to lighten the mood and things. Trust me, I do too. That's also a good way with, like, dealing with it, because if you make a lot of jokes, then sometimes it distracts you from the fact that you're sad. And trust me, it works, believe it or not. Another good way with dealing with it is to listen to good music. Like, music is everything. Like, if you listen to good music, it puts you in a mood that just makes you want to jam out. Like, have an emergency dance party. That's what I call it. Like, when there's, like, a moment where you're, like, not feeling great and you're just like, you know what? I need an emergency dance party. Blare some music and just dance. Like, that's all I do, really. Yeah, I know cutting isn't the option, but it doesn't get rid of your problems. It makes it worse. So I don't know why I think it's a good option, but it's not. It really isn't. Yes, music helped. Someone got hit by a car and I made a joke about it, and now they hate me. It's okay. Yeah. Another good way. Hey, what time do you want to hang out? Computer. My computer shut off. Hold on. Let me look at the time. 12:57. 1:30? Does that work, Taylor? Another good way with dealing with it is to make YouTube videos. Because I started, legitimately making... Excuse me, I just burped. Legitimately making YouTube videos in middle school around when this started to happen. And it literally, I'm swimming now. It literally drove all of the negativity around me away. And so, I also... Another thing... Well, you live in California. Yes, I do. The thing is, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so basically I hung out with these group of people, and we called it the emo tree, because it was a huge field and there's some trees around the field and there's just one big tree in the back corner, and they called it the emo tree, and that's where I hung out. And everyone I hung out with was always sad and depressed, and it made me sad, and that's kind of what I fed off of, was their vibes pretty much, and it just made things a whole lot worse. And so you know what I did? I made friends with some other people that were in drama club. That's kind of what it was, but they were very animated people, and I became friends with them, and it was literally like my entire life changed. There was nothing depressing we ever talked about. All we did was laugh about things, and it was beautiful. So if you can make some friends that are super happy and really fun to be around, then do that. I'm not saying ditch your friends that you have, but just try and make some more friends too, so that you get that feeling. You can feed off of that too, because humans, we feed off of other people's emotions. I don't know if you noticed that, but if you hang around someone long enough, then you start doing some of the things they do, or saying some of the things they say. In the beginning of this video, the middle of the video, I brought this pillow out and I said I sounded like Keith and Zane when I said "Oh, I got my babies over here," because I've been watching them on YouTube so much. My friend is depressed and she's trying to get help, but I feel like I'm not doing anything, but people already know it, so just tell somebody. Just talk to her. Honestly, the best thing you could do is just talk to her, give her advice. Any advice helps, and just say that, because a lot of people, when it comes to that stuff, all they ever say is, like, I'm sorry, or, like, I don't, like, I'm sorry, or be happy, and those are the things that people don't want to hear, because it's not going to help. So what you need to say is, like, hey, I know you can't help it, and I know there's nothing we can really do to fix it, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you no matter what. And I'm not going to say sorry, because it's not like I'm the one doing the issue, like, it's not like I'm the one giving you the sadness. So I'm not going to say sorry, but I do want things to be better for you, and if you need someone to talk to me. I actually threw away my razor because my friend saw a joke she thought was offensive about cutting, but it made me laugh so away, and I feel so much better now. That's great. Yeah. To be honest, the one step is just throwing your razors away, because then you can't do it, you know? OMG, I'm in the emo group at school, but they're so positive all the time. It's weird. Like, we all are depressed and suicidal, and we talk about our problems, but music and positivity to help us. Like, music is the biggest thing. 21 Pilots. Like, their songs are really depressing, but it also makes you feel inspired at the same time. It's kind of like, whoa. Sorry, my friend texted me. But yeah, so, like, basically, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yes. Oh, yeah, 21 Pilots. That's what I was talking about. Yes, Tyler and Josh seriously helped me so much. It's amazing. Yeah. So if you guys don't really, or, like, not into 21 Pilots, I highly recommend them because, one, their main goal in life, like, their whole thing is making sure people stay alive and stay happy. And it may seem ironic because all of their songs are super depressing, but the reason that they make these songs that are super depressing is so that you know that you're not the only one going through any of this stuff. And it's kind of like him showing, like, different viewpoints of different kinds of, like, emotions people go through. And it makes you feel like, yes, you know what? Yes, I have depression. I have anxiety. But you know what? So does a lot of other people. And you know what? That helps me because I know I'm not the only one. And the music is also really good and catchy. So it's like, it makes you, like, want to jam out, you know? And, like, when you go to concerts, like, the whole room, it's like you're in an entire, like, arena full of thousands of people or hundreds of people, depending on how big the arena is, of people who are all dealing with the same stuff. There's different variations of it, but generally it's all the same thing. And you could just forget about all your problems and just jam out to music, you know? Okay, sorry, I kind of ran on a tangent there. I've seen them in concert twice, and I cried so much. I want to see them in concert so much, like, more than anything. I listen to upbeat music in the shower to distract myself when it works. Yeah, I love listening to music. I sing in the shower. That's what I do. Dan, Phil, Tyler, and Josh help me so much. Yeah, they do. They really do. What's your favorite fanfiction? I'd have to say it's because I can't just say the one because there's a sequel to the book. So it's called, I mentioned it earlier, so the rest of you don't have to listen, but it's, The First Days of Spring, and then the sequel to that, Work It Out, because they go in hand. The most beautiful books I've ever read about Dan. It's a Dan fanfiction. I keep wanting to burp. What is happening? There's this really powerful quote I used to help me that Tyler said a while ago, and I've used it to influence me. Are you seeing D&P on tour? I'm hopefully seeing them on tour. Local Dreamer. What's the quote? Because I love quotes. Quotes are my favorite thing. I actually just posted something on my Instagram, a quote that I literally, like, it took my breath away because it was incredibly accurate. 2 of my friends have a lot of stuff going on, and the third one is trying so hard to keep everyone functioning, so just trying to keep going and everything. And I just joke about it, and I'm trying to make them happy. You guys are really young, too. The Power of Local Dreamer quote. Got it. You guys are really young, and I want you to realize that. You guys are really young, and you have your entire life ahead of you. So whatever is making you sad today will not make you sad 5-10 years from now. All these problems will not be a problem in the future. So just realize that. You're really young. You have your entire life ahead of you. So just don't let it keep you down. Okay, so the quote that I read was, because I followed a lot of, like, quote accounts on Instagram. Don't judge me. This quote said, floating. Okay. It said, I understand now that I'm not a mess, but a deeply feeling person in a messy world. I explain that now. When someone asks me why I cry so often, I say, for the same reason I laugh so often, because I'm paying attention. It literally made me go, oh my god. Yes. I'm a very emotional person. I cry over everything. Literally everything. So I relate to that on a personal level. Don't give up. Push through the droughts. Channel the inevitable disappointment back into your craft. Break molds that ink create, but most importantly, stay alive in the meantime. Make it about others. That seems to work. Stay strong, live on, and power to the local dreamer. Yeah. This is a long live stream. I wasn't expecting it to go on for so long. I'm kind of happy, though. You know what I mean? I feel like this was good. This was good for us. Thank you guys for staying around for so long, too. We've gone on for almost an hour now. Oh, we got on for over an hour, my bad. I only cry over babies, which is silly. Because it's happy tears. Babies are cute. I have it written on my wall. That's great. Yeah, and the reason I want to put fan art up on my wall is because it's kind of like a reminder of how far I've come. Because you guys have made fan art for me, and it's, like, absolutely mind-blowing. Because I still make fan art for YouTubers, too. And it's just, like, the fact that people even make fan art for me is just insane, in my opinion. It's absolutely incredibly insane. But yeah, like, thank you guys. For anyone out there that has made fan art for me, just thank you so much. I love it. I printed out one of the very first fan art someone made for me, and I have it up on the, on my bulletin board over there, but I want to put it up here along with all the other ones. I just don't have a color printer, so that kind of sucks, because all of the ones you send me are online. So, like, I'm printing them out and putting them up there. And I want them to be all colorful and pretty. I have it written on my wall, welcome. How do I send art to you? You can send them to me through DM on Instagram or Twitter, or you can email them to me. I have my email on my YouTube channel, like on the About section, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, if you want to send art to me, please do. Do you think DNP are going to upload Pinoff 9 right now? I mean, I'm hoping. I'll have the notification up on my computer. Trust me, guys, if we're in the middle of the stream and it comes up, I'm literally going to, like, throw everything and cry. Like, I'm not even kidding. I can't wait to see DNP on tour so I can make more friends. Yeah, that's awesome. The best part of, like, their tours and stuff is that you make so many friends. Like, literally, me and my friend Reagan, we went to VidCon this past year. We ran into these two girls from Texas, Kylie and, I forget the other girl's name, but we're more friends with Kylie than the other girl. But Kylie, like, we became friends with them because they were fans of Dan and Phil, and now we're, like, best friends, and we talk all the time. We have a group chat, actually, called Designer Eye Bags, that we talk on all the time. It's pretty great. Yeah, I love internet friends. Internet friends are so great. They literally make the world go round. This has been a very, very interesting live stream, I gotta say. Some of you that came kind of late and didn't actually hear any of the book recommendations, there were some, I promise. This wasn't just I forgot to do book recommendations thing. Yeah, actually, I want to show you guys my wallpaper for my, computer, because it's Tyler, and it's, like, I don't know, for some reason, it kind of, like, inspired me, you know what I mean? Like, it's him at the top of the world, almost, and it's, like, him looking out on everything, and it's kind of, like, a accomplishment thing, but that's my wallpaper. Oh, oops. There we go. I saw Tyler and Josh on the TRS tour in February, and I met really great people there. One girl named Cassidy was so nice, and we were music hall and sang House of Gold together. That's great. That's so awesome. I don't cry that much, and it makes me worry if I don't feel sad that much, but that's a bad thing. Actually, crying helps a lot. I feel like that's such an overrated or underrated thing. Like, literally, crying is the best feeling. It sounds weird, but trust me, like, I cry constantly. But, like, sometimes I just cry just because I need to cry. It's out. It's out. No. Alright, guys. Oh my god. Okay. I'm leaving. Go watch it. I'm gonna react to it right now. Bye, guys.